There is a kind of love that never fades, even when it's buried beneath years of silence. Ada met Daniel when she was 19. It was on a market day. Rain had started to fall, and her worn slippers broke as she ran for shelter. She stood barefoot, frustrated, and suddenly a stranger handed her an umbrella without saying a word. He smiled, his eyes was gentle, and walked away under the rain. She didn't know his name then, but days later, she saw him again at the village stream, sketching trees in a brown leather notebook. His name was Daniel. He was from Calabar, sent to live with an uncle after his parents died. He was quiet, thoughtful, always scribbling ideas and songs. They became inseparable. They would write each other letters and pass them through her cousin. He taught her to paint. She taught him how to cook afang soup. They dreamed of a quiet life, a small art studio in New York, children who would climb mango trees, laughter that filled every room. One day he proposed to her under the tall udara tree. She said yes before he finished the question. But 2 months before their wedding, Daniel vanished. Gone, no letter, no word, nothing at all. People talked. Some said he ran back to Calabar. Others whispered he was involved in a crime. The police couldn't help. His uncle only shrugged. Ada was shattered. She cried until her eyes dried out. Then she stopped talking about him, but her heart never stopped listening. Years passed. She became a nurse, strong and respected. She built herself, piece by piece, and finally a young widower, Emeka, with kind eyes and calm hands, that lived in her neighborhood asked her to marry him, and she said yes. It was not the same kind of love with Daniel, but it was real, healing and safe. On the morning of her wedding to Emeka, exactly 7 years after Daniel disappeared, a letter came. No postmark, no sender, just to Ada from D. Her hands shook as she opened it. My Ada, I was taken that night, accused of a crime I didn't commit. No trial, no family contact, just a cell in an unknown town. I was lost in the system. 7 years felt like 70, but I never forgot about you. I survived because of you. I was released 2 weeks ago. I heard about your wedding from your cousin yesterday. I wanted to see you, but I chose not to. I only came to say goodbye. You were the light in my darkest night. I will love you until my last breath. Daniel. That stayed at the letter. The ink was smudged at one corner. A tear maybe, or the rain. She didn't cry. Instead, she folded the letter gently, placed it in her purse, and sat in silence for a long time. When she walked down the aisle later that afternoon, she did it with steady steps, not torn between two men, but grounded in the truth. She had loved deeply. She had lost painfully, but she had also healed. Some love stories never truly end. They just find a place in your heart and rest there quietly. And Ada, she carried Daniel with her, not in regret, but in memory. Because love like that doesn't die. It simply changes steps.